This photo is going viral. Have you seen this? This is real. It's a real photo of Messi and a baby Yamal. That's really him as a baby. Now, this is from 2007, and some fans are saying that this is a huge conspiracy and that FIFA has been scripting every game for the last 20 years. Now, that's obviously ridiculous. I mean, you have to be stupid to believe that.
Football has a way of turning ordinary moments into history. Sometimes a single photograph tells a story nobody could have predicted, quietly linking two generations long before the world understands what it's actually looking at. One picture from Barcelona did exactly that, years before anyone knew its true significance. Almost 20 years ago, a teenage Lionel Messi took part in a charity photo shoot, holding a baby in his arms without giving it much thought. For Messi, it was just another appearance on a packed schedule, one that would soon fade from memory. Nobody in that room could have imagined the child in his arms would grow into one of football's brightest young talents. The photo was taken in 2006, when Catalan newspaper Sport partnered with the Barcelona Foundation on a charity calendar, pairing players with young children to raise money for UNICEF.
You see, Messi is 39 now, but he was 20 in that photo. 39 minus 20 is 19, which is how old Lamine Yamal is now. And what number does Yamal wear? That's right, 19. What's more, this picture was taken in 2007, which was 19 years ago. And what was Messi's jersey number in 2007? That's right, 19. That's totally real, but it gets crazier, because the final takes place this Sunday, July 19th.
During that session, 19-year-old Messi was pictured carefully bathing 3-month-old Lamine Yamal. It was no coincidence. It was a miracle. Photographer Joan Montfort later told FIFA, long before Yamal ever pulled on a Barcelona shirt, that photo had already quietly connected two eras of the sport. What once looked like a simple charity snap has become one of football's most talked about images. An unplanned meeting of a legend and a future star, captured before either of them could know how their stories would eventually collide. And now, fans everywhere are dreaming of seeing the two of them share the biggest stage in the sport. If Argentina and Spain meet in the 2026 World Cup final, Messi and Yamal will line up against each other for the first time, with the game's biggest prize on the line. Their paths first crossed nearly 2 decades ago, when Messi was just starting to build his legend and Yamal was still a baby. Back then, the photo meant nothing beyond a charity event. Looking back now, plenty of supporters see it as an almost eerie snapshot linking 2 generations. Some have even called it a kind of blessing, especially with Yamal emerging as one of the players capable of taking down the world's biggest teams. The coincidences don't stop there. Messi is 39 now, meaning he was 19 in that photo, the same number Yamal proudly wears today, and the number Messi wore during that stretch of his own Barcelona career.
If you didn't believe in the soccer gods before, you might after this story, because on Sunday in the World Cup final, the great one, 39-year-old Lionel Messi of Argentina, will play against maybe the next great one, 19-year-old Lamine Yamal of Spain. Their first meeting on the field, not their first meeting ever, though, and there are pictures. This was nearly 2 decades ago, a 20-year-old Messi giving a chubby-cheeked and very cute 5-month-old Yamal a bath, part of a series of photos taken for a UNICEF charity calendar in Spain.
Fans have also pointed out that if the final lands on the 19th, that's one more strange thread tying the story together. And, as it happens, the final really is being played on the 19th. Yamal, meanwhile, is no longer just an exciting prospect. He's already part of Ballon d'Or conversations, and widely viewed as one of the best young players on the planet. His composure and confidence have set him apart far earlier than most players ever manage. Watching him, it's easy to see why defenders struggle. His pace, close control, and calm decision-making let him slip through gaps that look completely shut. Whether he stays wide to stretch a defense, or cuts inside onto his left foot, he has a knack for producing the moment that decides a match. And this tournament has convinced plenty of people he could be one of Spain's most important players in their pursuit of the trophy.
They were paired together by pure chance or maybe perfect destiny, Yamal's parents winning a raffle and Messi selected as a rising star. And what are the chances? I mean that seriously. In a 60 Minutes profile of Yamal last year, the photographer who took those photos pondered the very same question.
It's como si ganaras la lotería, ¿no?
It's like winning the lottery. It's a 1 in 10 million chance.
And I don't know, can you imagine if I told you right now that there's a photo of Michael Jordan giving a bath to LeBron James?
For Messi, this occasion means something entirely different. At 39, every knockout match raises fresh questions about how many more chances remain. Fans have faced this uncertainty before. After the 2018 loss to France, many thought his World Cup dream was over. And after Qatar 2022, many assumed that trophy had already written the perfect final chapter. Yet here he is again, still delivering when the stakes are highest. Another title wouldn't just extend a legacy, it would place this Argentina squad, including Cristian Romero, Rodrigo de Paul, Nicolas Otamendi, and Emiliano Martinez, among the most successful international sides of the modern era. That's what makes this potential final so compelling. It isn't just Argentina versus Spain, it's one legendary career still adding pages against a new one just beginning to write its own.
It's crazy that it's real, chat. Look at this, huh? That's Lamine Yamal.
As a baby.
As a baby. That's Lionel Messi. Bossing Lamine Yamal. This is for a photo shoot.
As part of a charity, photo
It was for a
shoot.
charity thing. Imagine this moment. These people are both playing in the same World Cup right now, and this little baby boy is one of the most talented players.
It's the goat and baby goat.
It really is true. Like, this moment, this is what we live for.
A photo that once looked like nothing more than a charity moment now carries an entirely different weight, turning a routine snapshot into a symbol linking football's past, present, and future. Winning back-to-back World Cups is one of the rarest feats in the sport. If Messi helps Argentina do it at 39, it adds yet another extraordinary line to an already historic career. For Yamal, playing a decisive role in a Spain triumph at just 18 would be the start of a career carrying enormous expectations, and while comparisons to Messi are far too early to make, he's already shown the skill and composure to suggest he could become one of the game's defining players. Beyond the storylines, this matchup is fascinating simply because of how differently these teams play, and that contrast could decide everything. Spain built their run on patient possession, constant movement, and pulling opponents out of shape before striking, as shown in their win over France, where quick rotations made it nearly impossible for defenders to stay organized. Argentina have taken the opposite route.
As we're looking into the final, man, we're looking at Lamine Yamal versus Lionel Messi. This is kind of like the passing of the torch. I feel like everybody has seen that UNICEF, commercial of them with Lamine as a little baby getting rubby-dubbed by Lionel Messi.
As my friend Joe would say, it's the goat with the baby goat. That's what it is right now. I mean, I love it for the storytelling. In what world could you have imagined a young child whose parents are Moroccan, Equatorial Guinea, his parents win a raffle, essentially. They're in a photo shoot with Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi's bathing this little kid. That kid goes on to replace Lionel Messi in the team at Barcelona, wears his number, and is now going to meet him in the final of the World Cup, where he's going to be the youngest player at the World Cup in a game. Messi's going to be the oldest player in a World Cup at a game. If you wrote that, people would say, like, this is a cheesy ending.
Happy to sit back, defend with discipline, and strike in the moment a mistake appears, trusting Messi, Julian Alvarez, and Lautaro Martinez to punish any opening. That contrast should define the early stages. Spain looking to dictate tempo through short passing, Argentina staying compact and hitting on the counter. Whoever imposes their style first could gain a real edge. One battle in particular will draw huge attention. Yamal isolated one-on-one against a defender, using his acceleration and instincts to manufacture danger from almost nothing. On the other side of the ball, Spain's biggest challenge may come the moment Argentina win possession back. Stopping Messi has frustrated opponents for years, and every team faces the same dilemma: mark him tightly, or cut off the passing lanes that get the ball to him in dangerous areas in the first place. Spain may lean toward the latter, tightening the space between midfield and defense to limit service into his feet. But holding that concentration for 90 minutes is never simple against a player who needs only one gap to change a match completely. Both finalists have earned their place here. Argentina's run has been built on resilience and discipline under Lionel Scaloni, with Messi's calm leadership setting the tone throughout.
Of all the crazy, insane moments of this World Cup, or any World Cup over the past 96 years, this may be the craziest, the most improbable. Because as you may have noticed, it's actually not a small world out there, it's a big one. And this is not a small World Cup. Billions will be watching.
Spain, meanwhile, have relied on a collective attacking system rather than one player carrying the load. Quick passing and relentless movement that let Yamal thrive, exactly as they did against France. After weeks of dramatic football, it all comes down to one match. Neither side has had an easy road, and that's part of what makes this final feel so significant. Not just a trophy on the line, but the question of which team can produce one last standout performance with the whole football world watching. The story stretches well beyond the pitch. Nearly 20 years after Messi held a baby he'd never think about again, that same baby, Lamine Yamal, now stands on the opposite side of history, sharing the World Cup final with him. Messi has the chance to add one more remarkable chapter to an already legendary career. Yamal has the chance to take a defining step in what could become one of his own. Before this tournament even began, fans dreamed up all kinds of scenarios. An Erling Haaland deep run, a Neymar comeback, one last Cristiano Ronaldo World Cup story. All would have been compelling in their own right. But nobody could have scripted this. A World Cup final between Lionel Messi and Lamine Yamal, tied together by a photograph taken almost 2 decades ago. What started as an ordinary charity picture has become one of football's most remarkable cross-generational stories. And whoever lifts the trophy, this is a final people will be talking about for years. So, who do you think wins it? Does Messi write one more unforgettable chapter? Or does this mark the start of the Yamal era? Drop your prediction and your scoreline in the comments. If you enjoyed this one and want more football stories, tactical breakdowns, and transfer news, like the video, subscribe to Matchio, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.